move it, and the phone stays
Yeah.
still, right? It like locks on.
Yeah, it does matter a lot.
So I was looking
Well,
at one of those
they
ones
feed
that
into us,
like
so,
$80.
I mean, I'm currently working a horse for my client that I helped her buy years ago, and I'm working him consistently, but I get on him to train specific things, because it's her horse to ride and show. I show him too, I show him a level ahead of her. But when I get on, I'm all, we got to do this, and I'm having to back off from that, because now when I get on, he's like, oh God, we're going to do it.
And that was the mistake I made with his mother, really, and she still is hard to ride with relaxation. And I was in a much more intense place in my life, and I was like, no, we can't mess up. We can't mess up.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kind of have to lose that, right?
Because it's no people.
And that's, it's not.
The best ride I ever had on her in the competition was when I went with a friend who had had a wreck without a helmet, was overcoming, had to learn to walk again, talk again, ride again, and it was the first time out
Yeah.
with the horse. So my heart and my mind were with her, and I won every class I entered. You know, I didn't care. A little open show, but that made
Yeah.
rode better than when I truly wasn't fixated on.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
That tells you a lot, doesn't it?
I'll come back.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a wonderful horse. And he just, yeah, that canter was fun. So to tell you the truth, if you get it to the left, we're leaving the canter today, because you're going to go home for however long, and you're just going to get that. And every time he does it that well, you're not going to do it that day. And then later on, you'll go out and you'll ride it a little bit longer, because I don't want him to be nervous. That's it. I heard you really take a deep breath, and that was good. When I heard you take that breath, I just saw his whole body sink, and that was wonderful. There, now breathe down, relax, yes. Play a little with that left rein and just say, come. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. He just came right back to you there. Ask him to come back again with your seat, quiet. Yeah, he's not as balanced to the left, but he's good. Let him go around just a little bit more. Bring those shoulders a little bit more in. Shoulders come in. Yes, right there, and trot. Yep. That's exactly what he needed to do. Praise him. Good. So, Sarah, normally, you know, if I was seeing you twice a week on a regular basis, we'd add to this canter today. Because I'm not, I want you to have a few weeks to just do it this quietly. And then whether you're in a big arena or small, doesn't matter. You stay on a 20-meter circle, and then one day you go down the long side for a little bit. And then you trot, and then you go down a little bit further, and then you trot. So it's 20-meter circle, balance, add the rail work as the balance stays there. And again, as you said, you know, you get a full circle, and then he gets a little fast, and then you get another full circle, and then the next time you get 2 full circles and 3 full circles. Then you start adding that straightness, and he learns to go down the wall or down the rail or even out in the field. You point him straight, his first instinct needs not to be, I'm going to get going. It needs to be, I can stay in this balance instead. Does that make sense? Yeah. And you have to build that confidence. He can canter well, he just thinks he needs to run, right? And he needs to learn that when your seat is saying, I'm sitting here quietly, let's go in a nice soft canter, he needs to trust that. And that maybe when you're wanting to gallop up a hill or gallop up to catch up with the herd or something, you stand in your stirrups a little bit and let him run. Okay? I mean, I took all of my dressage horses out in the pasture, and I would gallop them up. My hills are not straight. They're a little rolly. And I would gallop them up, and with a dressage horse, sometimes they're stupid, and they think if they have to go over a hill, we have to jump the whole thing. So it was a little airborne, but I mean, they would always get some gallop time, and I'm always standing in the stirrups. I'm an old event rider, so galloping is kind of my thing. Yeah, a half seat, or what we call 3-point in eventing versus 2-point. So, but that way when he feels you stand up in your stirrups a little bit and lean, That's the, okay, you can go now. All right? All right, let's do some leg yields again. Now that we got some other stuff. And it's good to stick the canter sometimes in the middle, okay? And then as he gets strong with the canter, you can do it at the beginning. I've got a couple of horses I ride that I prefer to do all their canter work at the beginning of a ride. Just because I have the horse I want to deal the canter with, and then the trot's easy, so the end of my ride is my easy part. That's it. Just go ahead and pick up a trot and just get him very, very consistent in the tempo before we do the leg yield. Yep, relax him under your seat a little more bending through the corner. Remember, every corner is a chance to bend and supple. So in the classical dressage world, we don't miss an opportunity to bend and supple our horses. When you ride classical dressage, especially when you ride it for competition, the idea is where can I check in with my horse and make sure that they're listening to my seat, my breath, and my leg. And so it's always about every corner is a check-in point. That's it. I like that trot where he's just a little bit more backed off, just a little bit more in charge of his strides. He goes, Mom, you shifted. I canter. He feels you, and I personally love sensitive horses. Not everybody does.
That's why I love him. Still love his mother.
Yeah. Yeah, they're horses that, they'll show every mistake you make, but they're also very easier to ride. So the next quarter line, head towards me, and then leg yield to your right. You won't have to worry about that pole. I got rid of it. Oh, missed the quarter line. So quarter lines are right here. You just turn straight down. And now leg yield back to the rail. So when I say quarter line, I'm sorry. Sometimes oh, yeah, that leg yield, good. There, nice. Well controlled. Okay, then quarter line again and leg yield. I like the control on that. That was definitely one side, one straight. One side, one straight, because you were just being soft. Yep. Good with the front end. Yep. Let him go a little bit more forward, not so much sideways. Whoops. He's so fun. So this time, turn down the quarter line and just try to take your time. Think about going from the time you start to ending it at K more than at E. So just, nice and easy. There you go. Nice and easy. Yep. Just float sideways. Open your right hand to the right. Yep. And that allows the shoulder to go. Don't push the butt. Don't push the butt. So in leg yield, you don't want to have the feeling that the butt's leading, okay? In classical and in Western dressage, if the rear end's leading, it's an automatic 5 or 4, okay? So try it again. Think about moving his shoulders and his haunches follow. And it's not that the haunches lag behind, it's that they follow for engagement and balance.
That was less dramatic.
So come down the quarter line. Look at the letter K and then just kind of sit. Let your butt slide a little to the right and then just lightly touch with your left leg and say, and over, over. Yes. Let him stay forward. Over, over. Yeah. A little more energy. Yeah. There, good. Yeah, and when he kind of says, I'm not sure, that's what you do. You open the door, right? Yeah, one more time. Because it's not about getting quick and tense. It's just about opening that door. And then change rein on the next diagonal, HXF. Good. Says, I don't like those things that interfere with my strides. Okay, quarter line and leg yield left. So look at the letter H after you turn. Oh, who are we talking to? Yeah, H is way down at the other end. Yeah, quarter lines are always like right in front of me or halfway there.
Okay, I was thinking I was going here to there.
No. There's too much junk in the way. So just make a circle and start.
Where's it sitting? Getting there.
Okay, so this quarter line turned down. Look at the letter F. And then just tap, like we said, then you would open the left rein if he's a little sticky. There you go, good. But when you open the left rein, you got a little hurried, so maybe not so much this time. Quarter line in front of me.
Yes. There's only so much you can do. Okay, you be good.
Nice. Very well done. Super. Praise him. Very good. Very nice, huh? Yeah, it should always be that easy. So leg yield should never be something that isn't an easy thing. I mean, some people, they wait forever to teach it. From the minute we start really riding our youngsters, their leg yields come in probably 30 days out. Once they have a little forward and back, and I know I have gas and a brake, then I start making them go sideways right away.
I start to lay the foundation before I even on them. I do a little groundwork sideways.
Yeah.
And a baby leg yield might just look like that.
Yeah.
But please let me know you felt that. And
Yeah.
do something to you.
Yeah, it does. It does. What a good boy he is, huh? He says, I'm really happy with that canter work today, though. That's why I said the hardest thing to do as a trainer, right, is to step back and say, I'm not pushing it.
Yeah.
And early on, I definitely wouldn't. And maybe a week or so from now, you're feeling like it's real easy. Go a little longer or canter again later and see if it's there.
Yeah.
And then test till it's your normal way of going every single day, right? So walk him a little bit more and we'll do a couple other things since we started a little late. So I think what we'll finish up with, Sarah, is just checking his suppleness and bendability. So you're going to do a figure 8 between the letters B and E. So you'll go from B to the X pole, turn left, back to the X pole, turn right. Does that make sense? Okay? And you'll do that at the jog. And trying to keep him settled going over the pole, but more importantly, making sure as you approach the pole, you can change the direction that you're going to go. So asking him as you're approaching it, start putting a little left leg in and a little left rein and say we're turning left, yes. And then the nice soft round circle. And again on the approach here, then you're going to add right leg and right rein. And this is just to relax them on your seat and check that they feel the change of bending aids, yep. That's a little bit of softening on that inside rein and saying, hey, just give me a little bit there. There. Good. And I like that he's finally calmed down at the trot about going over that pole, huh? Yeah. There you go. Super. When you get to the letter E, halt. Yes, he was. That's why I wanted to add that. Yeah. Okay, and then rein him back about 6 steps. Perfect. And walk forward and give him a big pat. So that's kind of how I end the figure eight, is I like to end it on the wall with a halt, because they do get to trucking through. It's like we talked yesterday. Figures help them understand.
Yes, I use
Right.
fibers.
Yeah, and then, but then you have to disrupt it to get their brain back to you so you can add something. What a good boy he was today. Not nearly as hot and sweaty, huh?
Yeah.
Good job. What a fun horse.
I am really pleased with him. Like I said, I don't think a lot of he's not a marketable horse. You know, as far as would I have another, I don't think a lot of people like horse quite this sensitive, but I love him.
In my world, I call it, I'm a, what you call a lazy rider. I don't want to do all the work. I want them to do the work.
I hate to pedal.
Yeah. I want a horse that can be self-motivated. Yeah. Well, in the dressage world, that's what it's all about.
I don't know if you noticed the other day, I have two of these.
Oh.
Almost exactly alike. But there's a 3-year-old as well. She's like Red, also an Azteca, Kate and Red, just ended up. And they're very similar, except Strike is quiet and cool, which is
Yeah.
not what I want. But Strike is a lovely teacher too.
Well, this guy's very nice. Very handsome, very athletic. What a treat to own a horse like that, huh? Very nice. And here comes my favorite quarter horse. I love Mint. Mint's idea in life is to see if mom's really going to make him do anything.